Really? Yeah. Hush puppies. Hush puppies. Those are my annoying dogs, and I apologize. Final boss Miata, what is going on? Joey Warnick, greetings and salutations. We'll call it a toss-up. I think you guys were both winners. The UPS guy decided to ring the doorbell. They're not supposed to ring my doorbell. I hate when they ring the doorbell. But I've been loving the trolling you've been putting out. What do you mean? What kind of trolling have I been putting out? Love it. I am doing good. I am doing well. I hope everybody is as well. I'm just going to hop on here for a little bit. I've got a lacrosse game this afternoon that we will be going to, so I'm excited about that. My son is a sophomore, and he starts for the second year in a row. He's the leading scorer on the team. He's pretty good, and so excited to go watch him. It's going to be a tough game. We're playing the number one ranked team in Georgia, and they're good. So we'll see how it goes. I appreciate that. Exterior pressure wash gave me the Spock symbol. That's cool. I didn't think I'd never seen that before, but like, live long and prosper. Yo, just started my business. Any recourses you know to find the most affordable general liability insurance? There are several options out there. I know a lot of people will go to Next Insurance. I don't think that's the most cost-effective way. I would probably recommend finding a local insurance agent, develop a relationship with them, buy local, like find somebody that's going to take care of you locally. That's what I would do. Wild West, what's up, brother? What's the best way to get homeowners to want to get their house and driveway clean? Well, you got to target the folks that care enough about their property to have it clean. So if you're targeting, and by no means am I suggesting that lower income people don't want clean stuff or don't like nice things, but when you're living within your means and your means don't allow you to partake in things like a pressure wash, right? That is, as weird as it may sound, pressure washing is a luxury service, right? Not everybody can afford it. Not everybody sees the value in it, but those that do will pay for it. So that's one of the main reasons that I always talk about valuing yourself and valuing your service, not undervaluing, more importantly, right? People that are willing to pay you are going to pay you whatever it is that you want to make, for the most part, if you're targeting the right people and you're within the realm of, reality, if you will. So how do you can't make anybody want to get their stuff cleaned. What you can do is do a good job marketing, getting your name in front of the right people. And then when it's time for them to get their stuff cleaned, that's when they call you. So that's my suggestion there. What else? What else do we have? All right. We've got a few people in. That's nice. Like I said, I'm not going to stay on too long. I've got some things to do, but if you guys have got any questions, please, by all means, ask them and I will answer to the best of my ability. And as always, we've got a little thumbs up thing down there. Click that little thumbs up for me. Let YouTube know that you're watching and that you like the channel, and that helps the channel. That helps the algorithm, and that's what we want. So, little thumbs up. What's the best way to get? Okay, gotcha. I'm just starting off. I got a 4 gallon per minute DeWalt. Is it a good pressure washer? Hey, if it's 4 gallon per minute, that's good. DeWalt's a sound company, and I'm sure that it's going to make you a bunch of money. So you just got to do your best to get your name out there in front of as many people as you can. It's a numbers game. So, spend every single minute of every single day that you're not out there washing, promoting your business, getting your name out there. There's all kinds of different ways that you can go about marketing your business. I've got a training course called How to Get Customers, the Marketing Framework. It's discounted right now for the spring. We want to give everybody the opportunity to get out there, get their name out there. So if you're interested, there is a link in the comments section, or not the comments yet because I haven't put it there, but it is in the description of the video if you want to see that. So obviously, marketing is probably one of the most critical aspects of any business, right? If a customer doesn't know that you're in business to service them, they can't call you. I got a 4 gallon per minute machine with a 20-inch surface cleaner. What tips should I be using? I know a 20-inch surface cleaner is a little too big for the 4 gallon per minute. Well, if you've got a 4 gallon per minute, you want to get if it's a double, if the spinner's got 2 nozzles on it, some of them have got more, but if you've got 2 nozzles, then you divide your GPM in half and you get the appropriate nozzles for that machine. So you'd be getting, instead of using a 4 gallon per minute nozzle, you'd be using 2 gallon per minute nozzles for the best performance from your surface cleaner. Should I make my wife the boss to help land government contracts? My wife is already the boss. I didn't have to put it on paper, but I don't know if I know that women get preferential treatment, minorities get preferential treatment. I've not done that, so is there an advantage to doing that? Maybe so. I can't speak intelligently on that. Next is pretty expensive. I literally just purchased business owners insurance this morning from 𝗤𝘂cie𝗁𝗤 for just over $100 a month. Well, that is a great price. So whoever was asking about that, check that name out. Good stuff, Mike. How often do you work? Like, what's your work schedule like? Have you structured your clients into a schedule that fits for you? Like, how often do I actually work? Well, I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and my mind is always going. So I'm always working. I'm always looking for opportunities for growth, and it's obviously not just in pressure washing. But with that being said, I'm not in the field working. I've got employees that are out there doing what they can every single day, and we work 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week. We start at 8:30 as our first appointment until everything gets done. We try to schedule at least 3 jobs per crew per day. So it works for me. It fits my schedule. Let's see. Hello, my name is Charles. I'm starting my pressure washing business this spring. I would like a complete list of the equipment I need to get started. Where could I find a list? Charles, I don't know where you live, but if you say you're starting your business this spring and you're just looking for equipment now, I think that you're probably going to be behind the 8 ball because you should be looking for customers. You should be booking jobs right now, even if you don't have equipment, right? All the equipment in the world is going to do you no good if you don't have any customers. So focus on the customers first, then get your equipment. As far as a list of equipment, Google it, right? Look on YouTube. There's a million videos on my channel, on Forever Self-Employed, on the Lean and Mean Academy, on Southeast Soft Wash about the best equipment to start your pressure washing business. Throw that in the little search button on YouTube and go down that rabbit hole, and you're going to get all the information that you need. What do you think is the bare minimum daily spend I should put tested Google ads to see the results from it? That's tough. I don't know where you're located. Excuse me. I don't know where you're located, how big your market is, what kind of presence you have already, what your lead flow currently looks like. All of those things come into play on the ad spend and the value that you're going to get out of it, right? If you're in Atlanta and you spend $25, $30 a day on ad spend on Google, your results are going to be significantly different than that same amount spent in a smaller location. So those things come into play. My suggestion is you spend as much as you can possibly spend without, going out of business. Marketing is key. Let's see. I'm the one who uses the 𝗤𝘂cie𝗁𝗤 for this business, and the party rentals business is a great app. Awesome. I appreciate that. Love the videos. Hoping to purchase the training courses someday to gain some expert knowledge. Thanks for helping us all out. Tom, I appreciate it, and best of luck to you. You're in Canada. Spring does not really start until May. Okay, so you have time. Focus on your marketing. Let's see. Hey, man, is there any difference treating a clay tile roof? In Europe, we mostly have those roofs. Do you have any advice? I thought you guys mostly had like slate roofs and stuff like that. I didn't realize they were clay tile roofs. But yeah, I mean, Europe is a completely different market, right? You guys have got all kinds of moss and all kinds of stuff that I don't have in my area. In the Pacific Northwest in the U.S., obviously we've got we've got that over here in the States, but uh, yeah, I mean, I would do some research, follow some of the folks that are in your area that have more experience. But it's all the same. You got to find the right ratio to kill and remove, and then once you figure that out, then you're in business. Hey, I'm really interested in starting a pressure washing business, but I live in Iceland. But I'm just wondering if it's too much trouble. We have like 5 to 7 months per year. Don't see any other companies here. Well, that, my friend, might give you some insight into the market and the viability of starting a pressure washing business in a market where there are no pressure washing businesses. Iceland is not a new place. That means people have probably tried and failed, or maybe you're just not seeing them. Every restaurant, I would think, needs to have hoods cleaned. They need to have sidewalks cleaned, dumpster pads cleaned. So I would venture to say that there are service providers out there that are doing this type of work. Maybe dig a little deeper. Let's see what else. Somebody is calling me. Is it safe to wash a home with just water and SH? Any advice or things to watch out for? Well, yes, it is safe to wash with just SH and water. In fact, that's probably the safest way and really the only recommended way to wash any surface on a residential property. And if you guys want to learn more about washing, a lot of these questions in these chats can all be answered in our How to Wash course. I did put a link for that in the comment section or the description of this video. And if you guys are interested in that, How to Wash is the #1 selling pressure washing training course in the world. For 2 years in a row now. It is absolutely stout, over 6 hours of training. We've got Cody Yarborough, who goes over equipment and specialty chemicals, Aaron Parker with safety and property protection and a bunch of other stuff. And I go over, how to clean every surface on a residential property, the ratios that you need, the chemicals that you're going to run into, how to apply them. It's basically everything that you need in order to hit the ground running, cut your learning curve so you're not the one that's making mistakes out there and wasting hours every single day. For how long, I don't know, to figure these things out. Great course. I've got a special on it. If you guys want it, there's a link down below. You can use promo code 50FREE to get $50 off. And I think it'll serve you well. Let's see. Wow. 5 to 7 months above freezing. Yeah. Is it safe? Okay. Good afternoon, Tim. I've done a good amount of concrete, but kind of nervous to wash a home, right? Experience, confidence comes with some experience. So get out there, work, find some friends, find some family, do it on your own home, get some experience, and that confidence is going to help you. I live in a dry climate, no organic growth on houses, just dirt, no need for SH, right? Yeah, I guess. If you're just knocking off surface pollutants and dust and things like that, then there's really no reason to use an SH bleach solution to kill anything if there's nothing up there growing. So that is it. Okay, we've been on for 13 minutes. What other questions do you guys have? I apologize if you guys heard me drinking. It's a good microphone. Okay. Okay, here we go. What's the best 4-gallon per minute machine you'd recommend? Bought a Simpson last year and the pump blew up on the third use. Luckily got a return, primarily a window cleaner, but people always ask for washing. As far as brands go, I've answered this question in pretty much every live. That's a very common question, and it's a good question. Pretty much all pumps, everybody that's making a pressure washer is using the same pumps and the same engines. So you really can't go wrong as long as you're using a reputable assembler who is putting out a good product that's not going to fall apart. The pump, I think that's just a fluke. I don't think that's a function of Simpson or anything else. Maybe the oil was low. Maybe there was a leak. Who knows? There could have just been a manufacturing flaw. And I'm glad that they were able to take care of that for you. Does the marketing course go over all marketing strategies that Core 4 has used? I'm in my second year of business and currently trying to perfect my marketing to really open up my lead flow a lot more. Yeah, the marketing course goes deep into every aspect of marketing a service-based business. It's not just pressure washing. This can apply to, any service business out there. So I would highly recommend, if you are struggling with your marketing, if you're struggling with getting customers, take a look at that training. We cover everything from the boots on the ground. We cover GMB, SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, postcards, flyers, websites, you name it, it's in there. And it's the stuff that works, right? It's the stuff that I've been in business for over 20 years, and I have done a lot of marketing. I've done a lot of advertising, and I've done a lot of stuff that didn't move the needle. So what I've done is I've consolidated everything that works, that moves the needle, and put it into one place, presented it for you guys, so you could take that and go about doing that. Whatever. Yeah, good. It's a good course. I want to buy a water tank. Any advice? I would like to be more mobile. Yeah, I think water tank is a great thing to add to your current setup. It's going to allow you. I think you're the one that said you had a 4 gallon per minute machine. That's going to allow you to make sure that your 4 gallon per minute machine can draw from a tank, and that it doesn't have to be gravity fed. But I think it probably is, and that's going to allow you to run a little bit more efficiently. So by all means, do you think it's better to do a house wash with a flat rate or by the square footage? I use a hybrid scale. I think that you can quote accurately doing a square foot price if you know your numbers and you know that you're being profitable based on your square foot price. I also think a flat rate works if you're doing it based on your knowledge, your experience. You can look at a house and say, I know that house is going to take me X amount of hours, and I know I need to make X dollars per hour to be profitable. Then that's also a good method. I think the key to all pricing is understanding your business and your overhead and your numbers, having a minimum price, and knowing how to calculate your hourly rate, so you know that you're being profitable, because we don't want to just be out there washing to stay busy, right? The worst thing that you want to do is go out and work 8-10 hours a day and not make any money, right? So it's important to understand. Is Jason G still the sexiest thing in pressure washing? I don't think so, but everybody has their own opinion, right? Everybody has their own type, and what's good for one is not always good for the other. But I think everybody has beautiful qualities about them. Some are just harder to find. Like myself, for example, I struggle sometimes. I just had some dude the other day. He's like, on one of my videos, I get a lot of mean comments, and this dude was like, dude, get some sleep. Your eyes look terrible, right? Like, how mean is that? My eyes don't look terrible. I'm just old, right? Like, I wish some sleep would help that, but it won't. I'm just old, and I've got wrinkles, and sometimes I've got bags under my eyes, but like, whatever, right? Don't, if you don't like the way I look, don't watch. How often do you change your oil on your pressure washer? I would go by the manufacturer's suggestion, routine maintenance. As painful and as it pains me to say, I leave that in the hands of our technicians. They were responsible for the maintenance of the equipment, of the trucks. Obviously, they don't change the oil in the work trucks. They keep their eye on it, and when it says, we're approaching our due date, they'll take them in, and obviously I pay for it because they're my trucks. But as far as oil changes goes, we check the oil every single day. We check the pump oil, and some of them are direct drive units, so we have to check the oil there as well, because the last thing that you want is to run. And we've done it. I've destroyed many pumps and many motors over the years because we didn't do the preventative maintenance. So please, by all means, set up a schedule for preventative maintenance on all of your equipment, including your trucks. Okay, hold up. Hey, Justin. Hey, I'm live right now. You're on with everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Justin. Okay, he's not listening. Okay, how often you change your oil? I'm targeting gas stations. Would I downstream a degreaser on the entire project or spot treat the bad areas? Well, when we used to do a lot of gas stations, and we still do, we still got a small chain that we do. Um, we downstream a degreaser, a strong degreaser. We use dynamite degreaser from Southeast Soft Wash. We downstream that onto the surface. But I think also a lot of two of the guys are using they're just soft washing it. So they're putting down an even stronger mix to really allow that chemical to get in there, do its job. So that when we get in there with the surface cleaner, things come up a lot easier. Um, but you're probably going to have to go back and spot treat as well on some of the really tough oil stains, because there are some gas stations that if they don't do a routine maintenance program, they can get pretty bad. What's your opinion on oximetering valve for a proportioner? I'm not familiar with what that is, Tim. Um, I do know that Southeast Soft Wash has just come out with a brand new ball valve, which is apparently like the Cadillac, the Mercedes, the G Wagon of ball valves. And I know that they've spent a tremendous amount of time and energy working on those. It's called the Batch Buster, and you can find those on their website. How many employees do you have right now? I've got on the pressure washing business, we've got 2 full-time and one part-time and one that's like quarter time. And those are technicians that are actually out in the field. We've got other folks that help with other things. I mainly use ZEP Industrial Degreaser for working on factory machinery. That sounds like a good thing. I think ZEP is a pretty reputable company that makes a good product. How do you recommend getting more commercial customers? Which job titles are best to cold call or reach out to? Well, commercial it's a pretty broad term, right? So you've got all kinds of different things. You've got restaurants, you've got office buildings, you've got parking garages, and you've got, I got a parking garage. I need a quote. You've got all kinds of different things. So find your niche, figure out where you want to focus your attention, and then just start Googling those areas, right? If you want parking garages, Google, parking garages near me, management companies near me, property management, apartment communities, whatever the case is, find them, get in front of them. Any advice on making business cards or what you believe to be the best site to make them? I believe that business cards should be pretty simple and straightforward. Your business name, your company, your logo. Don't get too crazy. I think that having your website, clearly your email, a phone number is ideal. I see a lot of people that go crazy with these things, thinking that it's going to catch them a lot of business. A business card is for somebody to get in contact with you. So I would keep it simple. We've always used Vistaprint, right? I design all my own, and then I just upload the design to Vistaprint. But I'm sure there's a lot of other, print places out there online that are cheap. Vistaprint's very, very cheap. Let's see. Lawn signs. I get mine from dirtcheapsigns.com. They do a really good job. That's where I've always bought them from. I think they're reasonable. I don't price check them because I like the guy that owns the company. When doing roof washes, what preventative steps do you always take? Also, what happens when doing the roof wash and the house gets dirty? Good questions. Obviously, you need to water everything. Pre-soak everything, water throughout the process. If you don't have a ground man that's there with you, a helper that's spraying down as you're washing, or if they have gutters, you've got some means of diluting that solution that's coming off of the roof through the gutters. And oh my God, my daughter's just texting me that she got logged out of her Snapchat and she can't get back in. And it's like, is it school? Is she in school? No, she's out. Okay, good. But that's very important. You got to have your login to Snapchat. Always be watering, right? There are bleach neutralizers out there that you can use after the job is complete, just for that added extra step, that extra, little bit of security or insurance for your business to ensure that you're not going to kill any plants or vegetation. But, dilution is a solution to the pollution, is a saying that I heard from Cody Yarborough years ago. And it rings true, because as long as you're watering continually, you're going to dilute that solution to a point of it being a non-issue. So that's one of the steps that we take. I just made a video the other day about somebody was talking about the sodium hypochlorite and when it becomes inert, and about 24 hours. But if a rainstorm comes, can it reactivate it? Can it come down and kill stuff? And absolutely it can. So what we like to do is we like to rinse the bottom quarter of the roof to ensure that that's all free and clear of anything. So if it does happen to rain, the rain comes, it's diluting it even further. And as it gets past that quarter, hopefully, there's going to be no issue. Plus it's raining, so it's already diluting the ground. So those are the things that we look for. Obviously, you want to move away any kind of potted plants, anything that could be damaged by any kind of overspray. And as far as the house getting dirty, I don't know how a house could get dirty during a roof wash. Really, I mean, you could have overspray, so you could have spots of cleanliness. That's just a decision you're going to have to make on the ground. Call an audible, and then decide what you want to do. Let's see. Hey man, will a 3.1 gallon per minute unit run a 16-inch commercial surface cleaner? I don't know. Could, probably, not very efficiently. I did a walkaway because HOA told them to do it. Do you know how to get a hold of HOA to try and get more jobs, if that makes sense? That does make sense. Finding the HOA is going to be tough. And if you can crack that nut, if you can figure out who the board members are, who the decision makers are, who the property manager is, then get in with them. And, when they send out their notices, hopefully they'll recommend you guys to do the cleaning. That's what I would do. And that's what we do. We try to find the right people. And then if you can get email lists, it's even better. Find somebody on the board that maybe has a business. Maybe they've got something, you have something they need, right? And work your way into getting the email list for the entire community. I've been fortunate enough to do that in several of the biggest communities in my area, and it's served me very well and has really helped our business grow. So that is, when buying new equipment, what minimum GPM pump do you recommend? Also, how do I know how large of a pump for my soft wash system? Okay. The bigger, the better. GPM, bigger, the better. More flow, more dough. I'd go as big as you can get. Pressure washers, 8 to 10 gallons per minute if you can swing it. As far as soft wash system, 5.57 gallon per minute. We've got a 10 gallon per minute. That's a 24 volt system from the folks over at Southeast Soft Wash. Let's see. Your Mac will sleep soon unless plugged into a power outlet. So my timing is almost impeccable. 27 minutes. I said I was going to stay on for half an hour, and my computer is now telling me that I need to plug it in. So that's cool. But yeah, as far as your system, I'm not exactly sure. Just want to say thank you for taking out of your day to help us. I greatly appreciate it. You're welcome, Mud Crab, General Mud Crab. Well, I am about to hop off. We've got 2 minutes. So if anybody has any questions, hit me up right here and I will answer them. And if you're catching a replay, leave them in the comments section. I like to read the comments. I like to respond to them. So I will get back to you there. But definitely don't forget that we are giving away 2 MacBooks with 𝗤𝘂cie. You have to be a premium or a platinum subscriber. If you're not familiar with 𝗤𝘂cie, it is the best CRM for the service industry. It has everything that you could possibly need to run your business effectively, efficiently, and profitably. It also has got the most intensive and up-to-date mapping feature in anywhere. We've got 28-point inspections. We've got cost calculators. We've got all kinds of great stuff in there. So definitely check that out. If you have not already, and you get the opportunity to win one of 2 MacBooks. We're giving away something pretty much every month. We gave away 2 pressure washing business starter kits. So always looking to give back. But more importantly, we want your feedback. This app was built by us for you. So your feedback is what we get. The stuff that you guys want to see within the app that's going to make your life easier, that's going to make your business better, we're going to implement. So give us that feedback. I'd really appreciate that. Also, yesterday I was on with Justin and I told everybody that was watching there that if you want to win $500, all you have to do is make a testimonial video for 𝗤𝘂cie. Tell me your name, tell me your business, where you're from, why you like 𝗤𝘂cie, what it's doing for your business. Upload it to YouTube, send me a link, and you get entered to win $500, right? How easy is it? You make $500 in about 30 seconds. So the video doesn't have to be too in depth. Just you got it. The subject of the video has to be, or the title of the video has to be Quote IQ review. Upload it, send it to me, and you get entered to win $500. What else do I want to say? How to wash. Don't forget to check out that. Use promo code 50FREE to get $50 off. When washing a house, I know you have to let solution sit for several minutes. So during that time, how do you keep solution from drying on the windows without using more solution? Well, your chemical ratio is you're going to figure that out, right? You're going to figure out what strength you need to clean in the fastest amount of time without causing any damage. And then just rinse, right? Don't get caught up in, oh, it's going to dry. Now I need to bring this out to wash the windows. You're going to be fine. It's not going to, if the sun's beating down at noon on the side of the house, then yeah, work in small sections. Apply, rinse, if it's of concern. That would be my suggestion. Do you have an hourly rate that you try to hit to justify hiring employees going beyond sole proprietorship? Also, what's an hourly wage that seems to work to get decent help? I'm in the Cincinnati area. I don't know. What numbers I think are really good are pennies to people in New Jersey or New York. I don't know what the market in Cincinnati is. Yes, I have an hourly rate that I try to target based on my business and my overhead. So it's going to be different than what yours is, but it's important for you to figure that out. What other business do you own? I've got my fingers in a lot of different things. Obviously, I'm the co-founder of Quote IQ, which is a CRM. We've also got a business that sells training courses and all kinds of other things. So I'm heavily involved in that. And I do some other things as well. Thanks, bud. God bless. Thank you. I appreciate you. Would you recommend a Simpson power washer, or should I just look at GPMs and PSI? Yeah, don't get hung up on a brand, right? Like, I don't know anything about Simpson. I know it's a good brand, but there's also a lot of other good brands. But again, everybody's using the same components to assemble. What chemicals do you use for grease on driveways? Dynamite degreaser from Southeast Soft Wash. All right. I went over 2 minutes. If you guys are still watching, give me an old thumbs up. Tell me how much you like me. And if you, is Quote IQ ready for desktop use? Yes, it's been ready for desktop use for probably 2 months now. If you are a platinum or premium subscriber, you can use the desktop version. 6-figure course on how to wash are worth the money. Completed both. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Dude, send me a testimonial. There is my boy, Todd. He's from WashCon, and he's a great dude. All right. Appreciate everybody. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.